Without further ado, it is my absolute honor to be able to introduce Wisconsin's Secretary of Commerce and the CEO of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation, Mr. Reed Hall.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that introduction, and what a great day to be here in Stevens Point in Portage County. This is a special day for us. This is our 13th site that we've unfolded here and announced on behalf of the governor as a certified, shovel-ready, ready for development. And I've been to the other 12 of these events where we've certified sites. Certainly nothing compares to this acreage that's available here. Everyone in the state's going to be coveting something of this nature, having 760 acres, good highway access, railroad access. That's what the certified site's about. You know, when we certify a site, we determine at WDC that there's power, electrical, the utilities are there. There's a great labor force, which certainly Portage County has been known for many, many years. There's no environmental issues. There's no archaeology issues that need to be dealt with the State Historical Society. And it's ready for development. The governor's plan in early 2012 called it Ready, Set, Build. And this is the 13th site that we're able to designate. And I'm just pleased that it's so close to here in central Wisconsin, where I spent 36 great years in Marshfield. Stevens Point was always a great locality to come and shop and have dinner. And entry to 3951. One of the reasons that this is going to be so very successful, I'm certain, is the development down in this area is mushrooming, and we complement the Portage County Economic Development Council and Plover and Stevens Point for the forethought on this development and the surrounding development. I think it's paints a great picture for a bright future for this area of the state. I can see a lot of other development coming as a result of this. There's so much land there, and I'm really pleased to learn that Farm Progress Days is going to be here next year. So again, bringing attention to your community. I think a site like this being designated as shovel-ready, it'll be listed on our website. Site selectors will look at that. And that's one of the ways that we attract businesses to Wisconsin from other states, is having the web access and having site selectors around the country. We want to thank the real estate development partner that you have here. Bill, you've done a great job putting this together. It wouldn't be able to be happening without partners, and we're pleased to be one of your partners in this process. So congratulations on this. I'm quite convinced, I'm very convinced that great days are ahead for this community. This is going to lead to a lot of exciting things, and I compliment you for it. I know it's a lot of work. There's a little investment of time and resource in this, but the dividends are going to be very substantial. So thank you, Mayor, for allowing us to be part of this day today, and we'll look forward to coming back for ribbon cuttings on many businesses in this site. So thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you very much, and I want to thank everyone for attending here to celebrate this very important and historic day for the state of Wisconsin and the city of Stevens Point. The leadership of Governor Walker and the creation of WEDC has brought about the ability for us to talk about this great partnership, and I want to thank the governor for creating a very nimble and business-first focused agency in the WEDC. Mr. Secretary, I want to thank you for being here today in your role as WEDC CEO. I had the pleasure of working with Mr. Hall on our Marshfield Clinic project here in Stevens Point, and I can tell you that he brings the perfect business acumen for his perspective to be in the role of leader of WEDC. I too want to echo the thoughts of Mr. Hall in reference to Mr. Schofield and thank him for his efforts and the partnerships that he built for us to make this happen, the willingness of the Makadlo, Zakshesky, and Soik families to work together to create this opportunity, and the Common Council for their willingness to stand with me to be aggressively focused on jobs creation here in Stevens Point. Lastly, I want to thank Michael Ostrowski, our Community Development Director, for his tireless efforts to see this through. Michael, congratulations. East Park Commerce Center, as the Secretary had indicated, will be the largest certified site in the state of Wisconsin at over 760 acres in size, currently nearly 3 times larger than the closest size site in Janesville. At this size, the potential for national, if not global, marketing exists for this site, which really highlights the uniqueness of our partnership with WEDC, as we now have the state of Wisconsin as a direct partner with us to market this site throughout the nation and indeed across the globe. This site allows us for the potential of thousands of new jobs over the next 20 to 30 years and several hundred million in new tax base creation for the city. Just as a not so small example for you to envision this, between 6 and 7 1 million square foot users could fit on this site, which represents major opportunities such as large corporate headquarters, regional distribution centers, major trucking operations, large data centers and server farms due to the uninterruptible power that traverses this site, and massive food producers, which of course strategically fits perfectly into the overall comprehensive focus of economic development for Portage County and the city of Stevens Point. As some communities are sitting back and waiting, the city of Stevens Point is investing in its future and in the collective economic well-being of central Wisconsin. Thank you very much for being here with us, and I know that the CEO and I would certainly answer any questions that any of you may have here today. So thank you. Any questions? That pretty well covers it then. Mr. Lee.
Any leads on somebody coming in yet?
Well, we certainly are talking to potential developers as we speak. One of the sites that we are looking at would be the first 240s, which would be just north of HH, for a couple potential developments. But of course, in terms of disclosing any of that at this point, we're not quite ready to do that. So the plus, as the Secretary also pointed out, is the available utilities that are already at the site, the ease of us now being able to leverage the increment from a TIF district to be able to build the roads and extend the utilities very quickly allows this to be a nimble site, which is really one of the ultimate catalysts for gaining the certification in and of itself. All or some in any part could be sold and developed immediately for a site of this size. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Should you get one of those leads to sign the dotted line, how long would it take to get those utilities in and get them up and running?
Well, there are several sites which could be served immediately, but in terms of extending a standard utility project could happen as early yet as this year. There's probably going to be a 3 to 4 month window yet where utilities could still be installed this year, but likely in terms of the time frame for most of those developments, the installation and construction would be happening in 2014. But that's roughly a 3-month window. The great part about this area is that it's sand, which means that construction in open fields is very quick and very easy. So that also happens to the responsiveness that we can get. And I might add another plus. I want to talk very briefly, and I know we have members of the press here today. Obviously, WEDC has had its challenges as of late. But I want to make it very clear from the impact that we have been able to experience from the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation has been spectacular. The nimble way in which the governor has created this organization to go after jobs creation is exactly the model that the state needs and deserves. Obviously now with the focused leadership of Mr. Hall, some of those concerns can be remedied. But let's not lose sight of the ultimate goal that the state is looking at right now, which is jobs creation and moving forward with programs exactly like this. And through the nimble organization of WEDC, it couldn't happen without the way in which WEDC is currently structured. So we applaud that and want to make sure that that continues. The very project that the Secretary will also have a chance to tour here in a few minutes really was made possible by WEDC participation as well, and that is our mall redevelopment project. So I want to be very clear as a mayor on the ground doing economic development day in and day out. WEDC is the right model and should maintain as such for the state of Wisconsin. Any other comments, questions? Sir.
Yeah, Tom Bedell, Channel 9.
Yes.
How much does it cost the city to get this so-called special designation?
Well, the landowners who currently own the land have put up the initial dollars up front to be able to gain the certification, between $12,000 and $20,000 to go through the certification process. That through the arrangement that we have as the single option holder, the city of Stevens Point, for the entire 760 acres through the TIF district will be able to be reimbursed back to the families to be able to work through that. So the small amount of investment to work through the certification initially will be far outweighed by the tax base that we can create and the ultimate sale price that the families will experience. Mr. Secretary, anything you'd like to add?
You've done a great job, thank you. I don't always hear good compliments about WDC. and we appreciate that. Just assure the group that this is a good decision for this community and for the entire central part of Wisconsin, with the corridor to the Fox River Valley, Madison, northern Wisconsin, west of here, whether it's Marshfield or Pittsville or Wisconsin Rapids. This is going to be a center of business and commercial activity for a long time, I think. And I compliment the city on this. As I said before, bright days are ahead for this community, for both Stevens Point and Plover, surrounding communities, and Portage County. So I want to thank everyone for being here, and we'd be able to be available for questions if you have any individual questions afterwards. So thank you for attending.